breaking news. There are reports that sleeper cells are posted up in small towns and major cities all across America, and they might be getting activated. Let's look into this.
Austin, extreme alert. Tampa, Florida, critical priority. This is the map that has been circulating around social media, giving us updated information as of March 2026. Sleeper cells in America, locations of concern, based on 2024-2026 indictments, FBI, JTTF investigations, and DHS Homeland Threat assessments. You can see here in red the ones that are saying to be on the lookout right now. You also have on the East Coast, Miami and Tampa, Florida, Washington, D.C., North Virginia, Newark, Patterson, Boston, New York City, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Chicago, Minneapolis, on the West Coast, San Jose, Silicon Valley, Los Angeles, Irvine, San Diego. These are the ones that are of major concern right now. Threat summary for the region as of March 2026. Florida areas, Southwest, West Coast, Northeast. Note, sleeper may also include some cyber operatives as well. Criminal proxies and unregistered agents in those cities. Now, these are not all the cities. These are just the ones that are high priority at this time, as the FBI is saying to be on high alert. But I've shared with you the entire list in previous live streams, and it's pretty extensive. We're hearing that there are sleeper cells all across the United States, and they're saying right now, as of March 2nd, 2026, to be on high alert.
Now the FBI is picking up on this.
The FBI has issued a warning to all Americans. There is a nationwide threat happening right now. And according to the FBI and Homeland Security, we are doing everything we can to keep the American people safe. Watch this.
Tonight, federal law enforcement officials are warning of a heightened security threat in the U.S. following those deadly strikes in Iran. Security has been increased in dozens of cities across the country.
We all know that something has been going on. We're just going to put our finger on it. But for anyone who's been wondering what the hell a sleeper cell is, check out the next video as everything is brought together.
I see everybody's talking about sleeper cells right now, so in case y'all didn't know what that is, let me just put you on real quick and understand why it's such a big threat. So a sleeper cell is basically an undercover agent or group that lives quietly inside of a country for years. They don't cause problems, they don't stand out, they build normal lives, families, jobs, and then one day, when they're activated, they carry out their mission. And that's what makes them so dangerous. Not chaos, not loud threats, silence. They're trained to blend in so well that you wouldn't even know. You could be living next to somebody that is a sleeper cell and wouldn't know, if they're doing their job correctly, that is. And I hope you guys understand now why the open borders during Biden's administration was such a concern, because if anybody and anyone can walk into our borders and live in our country, that means along with the other people who are seeking asylum from their countries with ill intention or war in mind could also see that as an opportunity to send in their sleeper agents to lie in wait until the perfect moment. And historically, governments have used this tactic during wartime and political conflict. So it's not about random violence, it's about strategy. Because sometimes power isn't loud, it waits.
This sleeper cell nonsense is dark and gets much, much deeper than what you think.
Okay, I feel like I'm not being heard. We gotta talk. I need you to pull up a seat and listen. I've been trying to express to everyone about something called the Black Awakening that is happening, okay? So if you haven't heard, we're gonna go over it again, all right? Now, what I'm about to tell you is this is what the people who are participating in this stuff, this is what they believe, all right? They, powers that be. You know what I'm talking about? The Black Awakening is a hidden, generational satanic network that is allegedly embedded within governments, military, law enforcement, and society.
You mean this Black Awakening?
They are the real Luciferian. They've been through many human things. So they sat there to tell me some of those things, what they've been involved with, how they class a human. I'm listening to all this stuff from them. And then they said, you have no idea, Russ, how many of us there are out there. How many satanic chosen ones. You have no idea how many. You have no idea what's coming. We smell Christian. We are waiting for our day. When the call is given, millions of us will be released. And they looked at me and said, you believe in revivals and you believe in Pentecost and the power of God. You believe in all that. We believe in the Black Awakening, a multi-continental release of power to activate the program Demonized, where they've the demonic powers to these super soldiers.
And that would be activated during a global crisis, okay? They believe that this activation would be coordinated and timed. Well, what are the phases? I'm glad you asked. I'm gonna tell you. Phase 1, infiltration and conditioning. Believers claim decades of trauma-based mind control programming, military and intelligence infiltration, occult bloodline networks, sleeper personalities created through dissociation. You ever heard about MK Ultra or Project Monarch? Ever heard of those? Interesting. Well, phase 2 would be chaos and destabilization. They expected economic collapse, war escalation, civil unrest, infrastructure disruption, mass fear events. Gosh, I don't know why, but all that just, I don't know where I've heard of that, but it all just feels too familiar. Anyways, the idea was that global instability would act as a trigger moment. Well, phase 3 is supposed to be that trigger event. And now this is the core of the Black Awakening claim, okay? And this is also where it gets interesting. Believers expected that a signal, one that is auditory, technological, coded, media-based, or psychic. Does anybody remember, when was that, like last year, that emergency broadcast thing that everybody was talking about? Or, I don't know, I wonder if 6G could, I don't know. Anyways, they believe that pre-programmed individuals would activate at this trigger, and then coordinated violence would erupt, leading to targeted attacks on Christians or leaders. Think psychological sleeper cell activation. That's what we're talking about. Now, there's no credible evidence that any of this is going on, though, so. Well, phase 4, what do you think would be next? Well, the collapse and then rise of a global system, or maybe a new world order. See, after the chaos, they believed martial law would go into effect. Again, I swear, this sounds like something I don't know. Followed by a military takeover, a global governance structure, worldwide governance. You know, like, what if there was like a board of members that were like in control of the world? Like, you know, above the UN or something. I don't know. But then, of course, ultimately leading to the emergence of the Antichrist system and the suppression of the true believers. Right now, we see increasing global instability, exposure of corruption and sick and twisted ass crap, the expansion of AI, all of these smart cities that are gonna pop up, and everyone ultimately distrusts all institutions. We're being scammed! But the good thing is, the Bible tells us about all this. So we have nothing to fear, but we must be aware. Hello!
Or be aware of predictive programming. For those in the Christian deconstruction phase, if you know, you know. Be alert, be vigilant, be on point. If you have any thoughts on the sleeper cell stuff, drop it in the video below. Comment, like, and follow for more.